Here we are. Today's Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, July 7th, and we've been doing this on the same day. So Wednesday, July 7th. Wednesday, July 7th, I had titled the last video wrong, so hopefully I didn't say all this wrong. But today is day 8, so it'd be Wednesday, July 7th. We're one day above, right? And it's one day away from when the Vargas Entrada finally reaches Colorado. One day away. So today is Wednesday, July 7th. It's 2021, but the narrative I'm about to read is Wednesday, July 7th, 1694. So this is July 7th. This is the 8th day, the first day. I'm going to go through the first 7 days, and then I'm going to talk about the 8th day. Just read the narrative, and then, okay, so to recap, where are we at? So day 1, Don Diego de Vargas, June 30th, 1694. And a bunch of horses and mules and 100 men or so. They leave Santa Fe. They kill 11 Cuyamonga Pueblo natives, and they keep on marching. Day 2, they go through San Lazaro and San Cristobal Pueblos. They don't mention killing or pilfering or none of this shit. And then they camp at the Canada at the old Moraga Hacienda. Day 3, the Entrada goes to Piqueras Pueblo. The Piqueras had abandoned their Pueblo. Vargas was pissed off about this, but he ordered his men to not steal the corn, to not knock the walls down, so he could win the Piqueras over to his side. So they'll pay to him in corn cob tax whatever they wanted at a later date. So we pass through 1, 2, 3 pueblos, not attacking any of them. San Lazaro, San Cristobal, and Piqueras Pueblo. Day 4, the Entrada finally reaches Taos Pueblo. This is the heartland of the Pope's Rebellion, the Pueblo Revolution of 1680. Don Diego de Vargas, he's going to see some Apaches. Apparently some Apache del Achos from the Rio Grande, the Red River. So some Apaches del Acho and the Taos Puebloans. And then you're going to have Don Juan de Ye. Don Juan de Ye is going to disappear. He's going to spend the night with Pacheco, the chief of the Taos Puebloans. He's going to spend the night, and the Spaniards, goddamn motherfucking Vargas, is going to take Don Juan de Ye's gun and his spurs and his shield and cloak and mule away. Why? Why did Vargas take all those things away if Don Juan de Ye was going to go speak on behalf of the Spaniards with Chief Pacheco, the Taos Puebloan people? Day 5, 100 Spaniards are ordered to take Taos Pueblo. Don Juan de Ye did not return by 1 p.m. So when Don Juan de Ye was not returned by 1 p.m., then Don Diego de Vargas and company with a crowbar are going to steal all the corn cobs from Taos Pueblo. And they hid them deep before. They hid them deep. They didn't think it was a bunch of old corn. They're like, oh shit, there's a bunch of old corn here they don't even have. But they hid their corn and they found the new corn. Day 6. They're still stealing corn. They're shucking it. They're taking it about 2 miles down the road from Taos Pueblo to the campsite where the horses and mules and the men, the shuckers are. So you got people loading the corn onto a wagon, which they didn't bring any wagons. They took the wagon from Taos Pueblo because the Spaniards had made some wagons, so there's a couple around. So they're stealing the corn with their own wagons, and then they're shucking it. They're going to do recon by moonlight. Taos natives in the Apache del Acho are following de Vargas. At least that's what he supposes in the mountains because he sees smoke signals all over the place. Now, Tuesday, July 6th, day 7. That was yesterday. And I don't have a summary for yesterday, but it's 1 a.m. and they get to a spot, and it's 1 day before Colorado. So I have to summarize that. So what happened yesterday? Who knows? If you have to read the book La Verida if you want to find out what happened on July 6, 1694. We're going to keep that a mystery. So what happened from then to then? Who knows? Now, Wednesday, July 7th, 1694. It's only 2 pages. Here we go. The camp prepared, being ready to march from this place at about 1 at night of the 7th Wednesday of the present month of July of said date and year. I, said Governor and Captain General, took the direct road en route of the Utahs, taken with me Mattias Luxon as interpreter, and the Rexador and Captain Lazaro de Mesquia, also for said Entrada, the one who proposed it and made the decision the conference referred to yesterday, having gone barely half a league when the rebel enemy Taos, the Taos Puebloan people passing near the road of the mountains inhabited by them, they made a small fire, which is the accustomed warning indicating that they're following the camp. In order to protect the camp, I arranged for the campaign captain, Juan de Oguin, to take the vanguard with 40 soldiers, and for the train of the camp and the transport of supplies to go then. And in the main body was the squadron of the battle and infantry, the squad of the Royal Standard, with my person, along with the garrison for the flying squadron, militia company. In the rear guard, the campaign captain, Escibio de Vargas, was coming with his squad of 30 soldiers of horse guard and mules, who were carrying that he was leading in his charge. Also, next to me, the military leaders came with Sargento Juan Ruiz de Cazares, and in that order the march continued, and having gone 2 leagues up the river, which they call Arroyo Hondo, we entered. We passed on the road of hills and mountainous countryside, which had some security because there were on the hills of the land clearings of large trees, and making some avenues to give rest to the camp. And when it was 10 in the morning, after having gone from 5 to 6 leagues, some smoke was seen in the Sierra, which was high, facing the valley, leaving it on the right hand. After a little while in distance, fresh tracks were seen, showing that a large troop of Indians had come down, which caused Captain Juan de Oguin to inform me and to keep back the royal army, and then to order that the soldiers whose horses were tired be changed. Continuing the march into a deep and wooded ravine, the enemy appeared in ambush, and our Lord permitted that with care and following the tracks the enemy was fought by the said Captain Oguin and his squadron, leaving as he could, withdrawing through the brambles and ravines, which escape was managed because the ruggedness of the terrain was in his favor. 5 were killed, and some were badly hurt, and one was very badly wounded. Because of the repeated shots the soldiers fired, many must have been badly wounded, having captured 2 alive, 1 badly wounded, by means of intelligent people, knowledgeable in that language of the Taos people, the northern Tawa. And among them Sargento Juan Ruiz de Cazares asked them various questions. They said that they were from Taos, and that every night their governor Chief Pacheco had placed 30 Indians as spies, and that last night, as soon as we began to load, they saw it and came following me, and because of that they lit the signal fire referred to, and having the report from the rest from Chief Pacheco about leaving on that road, he ordered that 80 young Indians should leave immediately with their war captains to give me the said ambush and to kill me. All the people of the rebel Tanos, Taguas, and Piqueras were on the road of the Sierra through where I descended. Piqueras mounted Don Juan de Ye was still alive, but they had tied him up. After these statements were made, I asked the Reverend Missionary Father, one of the chaplains of the army, Fray Juan de Alpuente, that he should prepare them to be shot, and I gave the order to Sargento Mayor Antonio Giorgi, captain of the Presidio, that he should select and appoint from the soldiers who were present, so they should shoot them dead. After such was done, I continued the march to the Rio Colorado, which I heard was the Red River, and choosing the most appropriate place to set up the royal camp, I ordered them to quarter themselves on it, the march having more than 10 long leagues, since the sun had already set when all the royal army and camp arrived, and so that this and what is referred to may be of record, I sign it with the military leaders and my Secretary of Government and War, Diego de Vargas Zapata, Luxon Ponce de Leon, Antonio Giorgi, Diego Arias de Quiros, Antonio Balurde, and before me, Alfonso Real de Aguilar, Secretary of Government and War. They left at 1 in the morning on January 7th. So the Apache and the Taos Pueblo, They had a fight. They had a battle. There was a battle. Jesus Christ, there was so much shit that was happening in this. But he's running away from the Taos Puebloans and the Apaches. So why did he come to Colorado? To get away from the Native Americans who was attacking him. He just stole all the Taos Puebloans corn. And, yeah, they weren't happy about it. So they were chasing, you motherfucker, remember what you did last time you saw, they didn't just rob and steal, they, were killing and shit. The reconquest, right? This is 2 years after the 1692 reconquest and 14 years after the Pueblo Revolution of, 1680. And there you go. That's July 7th, Wednesday, July 7th. Tomorrow, Colorado. And then there's a buffalo.